Now, it's often said that to achieve peace and security in the society, women's voices must be heard as their mothers, their sisters, their cousins, and wives. There's no way you would keep the woman aside and achieve peace, literally. And in the studio with us is a peace ambassador who has been doing her bit with her Twani Foundation in advocating for peace and ensuring that women are empowered and their voices amplified. She is Angel Twani. She is an artist and a peace advocate. Thank you for being part of the program.
Thank you very much for having me.
Good morning and welcome to Asomoni. So peace advocate, that's what you were. Nigeria is at a point right now where we need a lot of peace, especially when we're looking at national growth, national cohesion. Peace, unfortunately, comes at a price, they say. What exactly do you do with your foundation when you're clamoring or pitching the message for peace? What, are you an artist? We listen to you, you use your voice to also, talk about peace. How can we get to that point where we have a peaceful nation in Nigeria?
Okay, basically, I put up this organization because I have the passion to see how I could contribute my own quarter towards peace building, especially amongst the women and the youth. Growing up from where I'm from, Taraba State, we've had a lot of insurgency. We've had a lot of conflict boils towards this organization, boils towards things that has interrupted the system in general. So this passion was that, okay, let me contribute my own quarter towards peace building. So for my organization, we try to organize programs from time to time in terms of seeing what skills we can make these women learn. Then in the process of that, we also have one or two people who sensitize them about the importance of peace, even amongst the youth. The truth is that women are like 50% of the population, and to empower the nation, empowering a woman is important because it helps them reduce their vulnerability and not them being independent, but being independent of themselves helps a lot. When you talk about the home front, women as mothers play a great role, because if the home is peaceful, definitely it's what reflects from the home that reflects to the larger society.
Absolutely. But why women? Because unfortunately, you say why, I'm saying why women, but the answer should also be why not women, right? But when we say women, we know that anytime that there's chaos, I'm happy you brought up the stories of Taraba. We have quite a number of IDP camps there. We've had insurgencies that have displaced families. So it's important that, yes, we're focusing on women. Sadly, women are the ones who suffer the most in any unrest in any society, women and children. Why not send this message to the major perpetrators of mayhem, which would be the male gender, respect to them. Most wars are fought by men, most insurgents are men. We're not saying we don't have women there. Why the need to just focus on peace building for women and not the perpetrators of the violence, which are also men?
Basically, my gender is a woman, so I am advocating because as I said, we are like almost half of the population of a nation or the world at large. So if the women do their own contribution, to some great extent, we are also reducing the vulnerability of what we see in the society at large. I feel the people that have the roles to play are like the NGOs. For example, we have the organization like the UN Women who are advocating for such, apart from the UN Women, they have the general body of the UN organizations. These are people who are also part of people trying to see how they lend their voices in different activities they do in contributing towards peace building. As you said, yes, we also need the other gender to talk to them. So women are those vessels looked as motherly nature, so their voices help to the great extent of trying to see how they put their voices together to see that the men also are being dragged into this peace building. So that's my own perspective.
Okay, very good and very
Exactly.
interesting
However,
perspective.
in your outreaches and programs with the Twani Foundation, what are those challenges you keep meeting, and what do you think the solutions to them are?
Okay, I'm a woman, and I feel like the government and all the institution have a great role to play in empowerment. So if a woman is empowered, I feel it even goes towards a great extent of reducing whatever thing to insecurity, the peace issues we have, because empowering a woman helps to a great extent in making sure that she is independent of herself. She her voice can be heard and amplified to the society. She can also contribute her own quarter. So the empowering a woman is one thing I feel helps a lot.
I know, but we're seeing decadence in the society. We're seeing women who used to stand strong. Like when you're talking about empowering the women and the many potentials of women, a certain picture comes to my head. But we're seeing also women today who are celebrating children who cannot tell them how they got their wealth. We're seeing women who are encouraging a lot of these vices in the society. So where are we getting it wrong? Because women have always been held in such high morals, which I am not a feminist. I don't like to say that I am. I like to say I push for I advocate for the women and to be seen and their voices amplified. But I don't like the many parts of feminism it's going. However, where are we getting it wrong, rather, where we see these women also being the pushers of these vices?
Okay, the say charity begins at home.
Right.
So first and foremost, I would say the home front, because if as parents we play our own role, especially the women, because in the society, yeah, women are gradually being included in other workforces or sectors.
Exactly.
But at the home front, if you build your kids and show them a particular part, show them that, okay, this is what they're supposed to do and this is not what they're supposed to do, if to some great extent it reflects to the society. I'm not saying that totally that is what is going to eradicate all these issues we have, but to some great extent, if whatever thing that happens in the home reflects to the society. So I feel the home front has a lot to play in what we see reflects to the society.
Okay, I want to reflect on the society directly and then
Okay.
the home front, because I think the home front, it's a very important sector, it's the most important unit of society, but I think the society has a lot of role to play in its own.
Okay.
And then why
Yeah,
do I
yeah.
say that now? Women
Yeah.
have been clamoring for, we're talking about women empowerment, and I know when we're talking about empowerment, we're not talking of just financial empowerment, we also want economic empowerment, we want political empowerment. That's the way I look at it. If
Okay.
you're looking at the current ministerial list now, women have been clamoring so far for 35 representation, and then we feel that if we get 35% representation in governance, we're able to make policies that affect us as women. We're able to make more policies or contribute to things that affect us as women, that affects that family unit that's basic, you know. The president has, for the first time in a very long time, actually given us 9 female nominees as the president. I think the last one was about 7 that we had. I'm trying to remember whose administration it was. But so far we've gotten almost 20%. I know some figures had said 25% representation earlier on, but with the new numbers, it's now down to about 19% representation from the 47 members. It's still a very huge discrepancy. 47 men, 47 people, 9. So you have 30 something still men, still making policies, still hindering certain policies that would advance the cause of women in the society. It's a new administration. What do we expect to see? What's the message? What should we be telling to the government to say, look, recognize the women, because we're contributing to that peace that you're trying so hard to keep. We're, sharing and putting in our own water so people have an idea of what policies they should expect from this government that will reflect directly on us women.
The government has a lot to play when it comes to women participation, and inclusiveness of women is very important in the society. I would say in each and every government, starting from let's say the local government to the state government to the federal level, most of these people in position have a lot of role to play. The politicians, the people who are out there have to see that women have a lot to contribute, because we are half of the population. Because if we are being involved, we are also pushing forward and seeing that the nation is also being developed. So I feel the government itself is the one that should bring out those possibilities of seeing how they could involve women more. Yeah, I think Tinubu is trying to do a great job by also giving us some percentage, but I think it's still not enough. We still need a lot of voices of women out there should be heard. So I feel they should also do a lot more in bringing and involving women. But I think it boils down to the government. So this is my own voice saying that we should give women more opportunities, because we can play a very vital and great role in the society.
Talking about voices and playing, we have one of your sons. You're also an artist.
Yeah.
I think it's, let's see, I get the name right. I Stand for Peace. So let's say if the director is ready with that song, we can have it roll, and then we'll continue the conversation after that. Okay, so we'll be told it's not ready, so we should go ahead. But you're an artist, and then this song, we listened to it before the program, I Stand for Peace. Why that song? Why your voice? Why are you using that also as a medium to, you know, advocate for peace, especially in Nigeria?
Growing up, I've experienced, let me say, conflict at its peak. I was in Jos, that's Plateau State, at one time when they had this crisis, and it was the eyesore. I can remember me trekking from somewhere called Gingiri all the way to main camp. Then I was in school. So I even saw how the student then butchered like someone they thought that was trying to cause conflict. Like I saw different things happen. So
pictures, right.
It's so pathetic, and I was like, okay, I really need to do something. That's the reason why I established my foundation, which is into the peace building, and also using my voice, since I sing, to also preach about the message of peace. So that's...
How has it been? Successful? So you laugh.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
No, like I'm trying to contribute my own quarter, and I feel everybody has a role to play. Yeah. So this is my own quarter. I'm trying to contribute, using my voice to amplify.
Well, has it been successful? I mean, you are the one who's doing it. Has it been successful? Have you been?
I've played my own beats. Yeah.
Those places where you feel ordinarily you won't go. I know music has a way of music is a universal language. That much I have learned. I know music is almost like football. You don't even need to know, as long as you'll have your players, everybody's happy. When we listen to music, we don't remember if you're a Christian or you're a Muslim, especially when it's not religious music. It's when you listen to music, you don't know whether you're Hausa, your people, your Yoruba, as long as you understand the content of the message that the person is saying. It's universal. So using music as a tool, how have you been able to also even galvanize? You want an NGO. Has it been easy to get people to work with you, to come and volunteer? Because of course I know you must need volunteers. So how has music been able to reach those places in Nigeria that you feel needs healing? When we look at our political sphere in Nigeria, we've had so many unrest based on religion. Unrest based on tribalism, even the ones you talked about in Plateau states, most times where, ethnic or religious violence that triggered it. How has music been able to appeal to people's consciences to say, look, we're in one collective goal for this?
Okay, it's just like you going to church, let's say going to the mosque. Each and every day you do that, there's a preacher there or there's an imam who passes a message across. Do you understand? Maybe you have something that you want to do, maybe something violent or something that it's not how will I put it? It's not
Moral or
moral
legal?
to, yeah, but because of you listening to those message, it helps change your mindset. Do you understand? So I feel my music to some great extent has a voice, has a message that encourages people, and to see far from what they feel they're trying to disrupt, or the conflict they're trying to do. So basically, this is my own contribution, as I said, and I can't do this alone, definitely not. So I need other people there to also amplify the voices towards peace building.
Okay, we're going to let you go. So, any message you want to pass? We've already run out of time. So 1 second or 2 seconds.
Okay, this is to the government.
Yeah.
I feel women should be given more opportunity. Yeah, I know the new administration is trying their best to see that women are inclusive in the government. So we need more opportunity, because we are agents of peace, and we also have a great role to play in developing the country. So that's my message.
Angel, thank you so much for being part of the program.
Thank you so much.
Right. So we still have What's Buzzing coming up. Just join us as we go meet Eunice Achu.